Alright, we are back now. We had some technical difficulties there. If you weren't here before, I am joined tonight by Matt. Say hi, Matt.
How's it going, everybody?
Alright, so we're going to get back into practice here. As I was mentioning, though, Bradley is going to be a tough guy to beat today. He'll start on the pole tonight. Was the Daytona 500 champion 2 years ago in CFNL. So that will be very exciting to see what he can do. And now we're going to rejoin practice now and see what's going on. Matt, well, I've been fixing my technical difficulties. What have you noticed? Who's been strong? And oh boy.
Bradley's definitely been strong so far.
Yeah.
He allowed the 95 William Byron fan to have the lead for a little bit. We had Fords for life in front a little bit before William Byron fan took the front. He looked good before he gave up the lead to allow.
Oh, Bradley's gonna take it 3 wide! What a maneuver!
Let's see if he can make this work.
3 wide. Bradley doesn't really work, but that's what practice is for. That's what practice is for. You gotta see if you can be able to make those moves, and Bradley could pull it off. That could play a big factor later in the race, looking at him being able to make those power moves. As he's gonna push Kamal into turn 1.
And joining the 18 here on the outside. Now they drive it back down to the inside.
It's like Predator and Mindkiller are in a tandem back here. On board with Spencer Boyce, a.k.a. William Byron fan. Oh my god, look at that 3 wide! What a move by the 12 and the 18! That was awesome!
Bradley is definitely going to be a tough out.
Yeah.
He's keeping all these. He's
usually
able to
the
make
way that
these
Bradley
maneuvers.
goes in looks like the strongest. I'm not sure what the 95 is doing. That's Spencer Boyce. Morris in the 24, they're making contact. 95 is definitely all over the place here. We got Gar Football in this pack here. He had a strong performance at the Xfinity race last night. Think he did all right. Almost killed me one time, but besides that, he was pretty good.
Bouncing it to the outside, trying to rally past Spencer and the 18, trying to tandem along with S'mores.
We got a 4-on-2 here. Looks like S'mores. Oh, contact! Spencer into the 24 car. 4-on-2 right now. S'mores leading that charge on the outside lane.
We have Mud Dude here behind Spencer, and we got Bradley again.
Bradley's in on all these moves. Go on board with Mud Dude here. As you see, S'mores going out to a lead. Gar Football, his Chevy teammate, working with him very well. Do you think we'll see manufacturer alliances tonight, Matt?
That's definitely a very good possibility, especially on these restrictor plate tracks.
As you see here in this little 6-car pack we're following in practice right now, 2 Chevys, 2 Fords, and 2 Toyotas. And you just saw the 2 Chevys kind of left out the 2 Fords. Got a couple guys coming down pit road here. We got Mud Dude, Bradley, and Spencer. Now this pack is diminished to 3 cars. We got S'mores, Gar Football, and Bad Fast. They're running the outside for some reason. Not sure why.
At the back of the pack, we have Mindkiller and Predator. They just hit pit road.
Everybody's
It seems like everyone's going to come down here.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see differentiating strategies. That played a factor last night, didn't it, Matt?
Yes. Yes, it did. You had some people come in for 2 tires, especially towards the end of the race. Some come in for 4, some come in for none.
And speeding is also a big issue here. It is tough to get slowed down in this pit road.
It'll be interesting to see if towards the end of the race it becomes manufacturer style, or if people just try to gut it out for themselves.
I mean, I think people are going to stick with their alliances and their manufacturers for as long as they can. But once it comes to the last lap, you can only bet on yourself. Got Bradley and Mud Dude hooking up here. And that's what happened last night. Weasel and Bradley were probably the 2 best cars yesterday, and they went down pit road and got caught speeding. They weren't in contention to win the race.
Pit road always seems to play a bigger factor than most would anticipate going into the race.
And a guy like me was hanging back the whole time. Didn't speed down pit road. Caught the W. And it's crazy that it's weird that a NASCAR race can come down to who can slow down the best, but it did. It's a really weird thing to think of, isn't it?
Absolutely. Think of the old Ricky Bobby.
Oh, yeah?
From Talladega Nights. Drive fast. Well, most of the time, a handful of these races are a result of the exact opposite. It's all about executing pit road and trying to stay out of the big one.
Well, especially this race in comparison to other ones. It's definitely different in that aspect. It's a lot easier to speed down pit road because you're going 200 miles an hour all the time. And you have to, and everybody's trying to get the most and be able to break the latest heading into pit road. So when you look at that, everybody's just trying to get down the most aggressive and the fastest, and sometimes they get caught speeding doing that, and that can literally cost you a whole race. We got an incident here. I believe the 18th having some lag issues is what I'm hearing in the Discord right now.
Yeah, Big Will Gaming just got sent down into the infield wall.
Problems for Will in practice. On board with Gar Football here. He's working with Mud Dude and Bad Fast right now. And we see Gar Football representing probably the best driver in NASCAR currently, BJ McLeod. Apparently the race, hearing the race might be postponed, I'm not sure. No, I don't know yet, but yeah.
Oh, we're talking about the actual Daytona 500?
Yep, hopefully the real race can get going tonight, so you have some entertainment after this. But stay right here for as long as you can. We will be here all night. Well, not all night. Hopefully it doesn't last forever. But we'll be here for a while. So there are no stages in this race. That is a new rule in the Checkered Flag PS4 NASCAR League this year. But as they are saying in the Discord currently, if this field is pretty spaced out and there's nothing going on, there will be a competition caution called at some point. But that is a new rule, no stages, and we're going to experience single file restarts here. Another new rule that the league has tried out in mock races. It's transferring to the season this year. You've not seen it before in other races. What do you think the difference is between single file and double file restarts, Matt?
Oh, it'll make it really, really interesting because you almost have to rely on the guy, on everybody in front of you to be able to get the speed really, really quickly. Because you also can't pass them before the start-finish line in case something goes crazy.
And that's the thing about the single file restarts that's crazy here is it's going to make it a lot easier for the field to get single file, but maybe it'll give incentive for people to try to move out of line. Because usually you have, whenever it's a double file restart, we'll only see one double file restart. That will be the first one, the beginning of the race tonight. But if you see a single file restart, it might give incentive for guys to actually go to the outside, because when there's double file, some guys just get hung up. Everybody's trying to get to the inside, but maybe with single file, people are going to be working to get to the outside to try to pass the leader, so they can be the leader at the next single file restart if there's more cautions. That
is a really good theory. And it looks like you have a few people who have stopped racing altogether throughout the track here, a little scattered.
Yeah. We got
Spencer going on the outside of Gar Football here with the help from the 18 on the inside.
Muddy on the inside. Boyce and Bad Fast versus Gar and Mud Dude. And this is a fun little battle here, isn't it? 2 on 2.
We have two Toyotas, a Chevy, and a Ford. Looks like two Toyotas.
Teddy Long would be proud. We got a tag team match.
We have the Toyota tandem, the double T's on the outside here.
the Detroit connection, Chevy and Ford working together on the inside. And that's one thing that will be definitely interesting to see is in a situation like this, let's say there's a 4-car pack, Chevy and Ford are going to have to work together if there's 2 Toyotas, right?
You would think so. Otherwise, if they try to fight between each other, it's going to leave them possibly both behind, but it would definitely leave at least one of the cars behind if they can't catch the draft.
Yeah, or do you go with the bigger group? Do you leave that Ford guy out to drive the 78 car football on the Chevy and work with these Toyotas?
Yeah, it's a really interesting strategy.
But how smart really is that going to be? Because if you work with the other manufacturer, you can basically assume that they'll probably leave you out to dry at some point. And
yeah, we kind of see that right now happening.
Yeah,
we're seeing... ended up going out in front, but he got some help right there as they...
Spencer leaves his manufacturer partner. I
just left.
Not really sure why he did that. Look at KLW here, stopped in the middle of the track.
Maybe we've resorted to color tandems now, as we have the 2 black and 2 yellow cars going at each other.
Looks like Bradley and Big Will are having some fun right inside of each other on the backstretch. Spencer out front right now. This is, oh my goodness, what's going on with car football? Guess he wanted a little bit of the action with Bradley and Will. Getting this up the helicopter angle here of the 22 Mud Dude right now. It's a sharp looking Pennzoil Ford Mustang. 2 Yodas and a Ford. But maybe these guys, because you have Spencer, who is not a part of the Joe Gibbs organization, maybe they'll have some miscommunications tonight.
That is a possibility, as we see the Toyota
working with Mud Dude. Spencer goes up to block there. Muddude's been pretty impressive so far, and you know he's got a strong teammate in Bradley helping him out.
This would be really interesting to see how this impacts him during the race. Definitely builds up the confidence knowing that he can hang around with the Toyotas. And then having one of arguably, if not the best restrictor plate racer on his team can only help his confidence. Oh, and as I say that, he hits the wall. You got to consider Bradley the favorite, right? I would. Yeah. Personally, myself. Going off of what I've seen so far in practice, it looked like all of Team Penske was showing a lot of speed. Yeah, Penske's going to be tough to deal with. And, you know, we're used to a Chevy majority here in CFNL, but we have a lot of manufacturer variety. Now, the Chevys might still outnumber them, but it's not by as much as it used to be, so we could have an interesting dynamic tonight. The Fords working together, the Toyotas working together, maybe the Fords and the Toyotas combining to work against the Chevys. Looks like basically everybody is spreading out here. We're going to go on board with Predator here, pushing Mind Killer. Predator making his return to CFNL this season, driving for Tegan for Stuart Haas Racing. We won't see Tegan tonight, the defending champion, as he is probably wearing a poncho inside Daytona International Speedway right now, as he is at the race live. Hopefully he is enjoying the indoors there. Mind Killer was very impressive in the Truck Series last year. He'll be driving the 88 this season in the Cup Series. As for the Daytona 500, it started to rain again, and teams are currently bringing their fuel cans to an impound area in case the race does not resume tonight. So that does not sound good at all. Very promising. That gives you guys an incentive to stay here with us, and I have no idea what's happening on the backstretch. What is happening? We got Mud Dude parked here. We got Spencer parked here. We got Bradley parked here. So I'd say practice is over, basically. So, Matt, do you want to do some interviews? Sure.
Oh, isn't this exciting? Interviews are awesome, aren't they?
Interviews are always exciting. Get to ask them some good old questions that they may not expect.
Nail them out of nowhere. Like Mike Tyson, bang, bang. Some big questions.
Maybe ask a few about their Valentine's Day activities.
Went to Dunkin' Donuts today. Bought my lady a necklace and a plush panda bear.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, we play Minecraft together sometimes, and we have a pet panda, so I decided to get that, to symbolize that fact. Now let's get Bradley in here. Um, all right, so let's hope he joins up with us here in a second. All right, so we are waiting on Bradley to join in here. See what he has to say to us. Do you think he's got the attitude of that he's the favorite, like we think?
I do think he's definitely going to be very confident, as he should be, given off of prior history at these restrictor plates.
It's going to be definitely tough to beat. Hopefully we can get him in here for an interview. It's a lot easier for NASCAR and Fox. You can just stick a camera with a Michael Waltrip cutout up to their face and they'll answer your questions. That was one of the silliest things I think I've ever seen. Chase Elliott was not very receptive of it. That's alright. He made a pretty solid joke at Michael Waltrip. It's probably the best he's ever looked and probably is. Let me go on the Discord here and get Bradley for an interview. See if he'll join. Wait, he is not in the Discord currently, doesn't look like. So we are... Uh-oh. Bradley has disappeared off the planet.
Oh boy, that would make the race wide open.
Bradley said, give me a minute. I think he's talking in his office to Will. Maybe they're working on a strategy together. That's an interesting thing. Those guys are having a chat before the race. Planning a strategy.
Who's having strategy talk?
Bradley and Will, the 12 and the 21.
Oh, yes, the 21 often linked to Team Penske, even though it is a Wood Brothers car. That would be big. That would have a four-car alliance.
And you assume the 14 will work with them? He is a Ford as well. You got Gar Football, who's driving a Chevy, but is Bradley's Xfinity driver. I believe, at least. Yeah, I think he is. Or Landrod is, I don't know. One of them. But, yeah. No clue. Yeah, so we're just waiting on that. We'll get Bradley for an interview, then we'll try to get Incog in here after Bradley. Because Incog's another strong plate racer. Bradley often mentions how strong he always views Incog to be. So we should assume that Bradley will be here basically any minute now. He just rejoined the Cup Series Discord, so... we have a comment. Let me go look at that. Somebody commented on our stream, Matt.
Oh, wow.
Big, isn't it?
We are slowly making moves.
Apparently the Air Titans are. Crone says hello. Hey, Crone. How have you been there? Bud, it's been a while since I've heard about you. So I hope you are doing well. Bradley, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight?
Doing great.
Now, me and Matt have agreed on something. We think you're hands down the favorite. So, do you have confidence tonight? Do you think you're the favorite?
I mean, honestly think Hancock and I are the best restrictor plate drivers tonight, but I'll see if I get screwed or not.
Well, that is a big factor. Hopefully, pit road doesn't get you tonight, and give a
Well,
very lucky,
pit
talented
road
driver the
is
win.
the only thing that's caught me this weekend.
No, I know. Um, who do you see yourself working with tonight?
Uh, Fords and possibly Toyotas.
hmm
I don't know. We'll have to play it by ear and see how it goes.
Um, I did notice you were having a conversation with Will in your office. What were you chatting about?
Strategy?
Yeah? You want to spill, or?
Not really.
Well, nobody's going to listen. We're on a lot. I don't think any of them are watching.
I don't know.
Give us a little inside scoop here. Breaking news out of the CFNL broadcast camp.
I'm currently working on texting my guys with the strategy, so.
Oh, very interesting. What did you learn from practice, if anything, about this field and seeing what you can do in the race tonight?
I feel like I could have a really stable car, and I hope to be up front and control the race.
Yeah, I saw you making some pretty bold moves, um, and I think that's very smart of you to practice that because you're going to have to make bold moves at some points in this race to be in the front if you want to win. Is that what you were going for, to practice, see what you can do and what you can't do, what your limits were?
Yes. That was the whole purpose of me. I feel confident leading a pack,
Yeah.
but that's why I dropped to the back and practice my runs and see what I could do with them. I also was yelling at the 18 when we made that one move. I told him to go to the wall.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to hit the back of the 78, and then I was like, wall, 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 wall.
That was a very good move. I was a big fan of that. That was definitely fun to watch. So,
I know.
Matt, you got any questions?
It looked like you and, like Mike said earlier, it looks like the 21 often associated with Team Penske could possibly be working with you guys. You, Fords for Life, and Mud Dude all looked really quick. Do you plan on just making it the four of you up front all night long and then have everybody else chase you?
Well, you got the 14 into the mix. Predator there. Can't leave that Ford out to dry. Maybe at the end, it all depends. But I plan on that hookup in practice was not planned. It just happened, and we worked really well. And hopefully, we could do that and control the field tonight and keep all the Fords and Toyotas behind us.
You definitely do have a really fast car. It seemed like every line you were in was the quickest one. So,
Yeah,
All right, well, thank
that's
you.
the hope. Hopefully, I
That,
can come out a two-time Daytona 500 winner.
yeah, well, thank you for joining us, Bradley. You are personally my pick to win, and I bet, we've been tooting your horn a lot during this practice. I bet Matt thinks the same. So, good luck
yes.
tonight. And, since I'm not in the field, nobody to intimidate you, so I assume you're my pick to win.
Oh, you wouldn't intimidate me anyway.
I did make you speed.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, if you get caught speeding tonight, just know I'm up in the booth staring at you.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in, man. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
Definitely a high level of confidence for Bradley. I texted Incog about his availability for an interview, and he said to me, "I'm pooping." Um, so yeah, doesn't look like we're gonna get an interview with him. Let's see what
On the
we can.
bright side, it does say NASCAR has came out and said they're not losing any progress it is making in enjoying the track.
That is a or a Bob Pockrass tweet. Just got that notification.
So there is still a chance at least that
All right, so our next guest here, we're gonna get Predator in here. Have a little chat with him. See what's going on with him and what's gonna go down tonight. So I'll wait on him here in a second. And yeah, Matt, you better get your study guide ready.
oh boy.
Oh boy, Get your scouting papers out. So
The 14 was driven by Mr. Quint Boyer, but when he hopped in to the booth and into retirement, he gave the keys to one Predator.
Yeah, he did. The real life driver of the 14, though, Chase Briscoe, had a great time today during the rain delay. Went to Panda Express. Did you see that?
I did not see that. I saw that someone went to McDonald's.
Ross Chastain went to McDonald's.
There we
got some
go.
for his team. Yeah.
Oh man, if he were to give me sausage burritos, he'd have me on as his crew chief every race.
Well, yeah. I guess you want to work for Chip Ganassi Racing then. The McDonald's sponsorship.
You cannot go wrong with their shakes when their ice cream machine actually works. Some apple pies and some McChickens.
Well, that's about once a year that their ice cream machine works, so. Well, hello, Predator. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
You know, I'm just living the best life, you know, doing what I can.
Right?
You excited for tonight?
Absolutely. Third Daytona 500 for me.
Is it?
Yep. For CFNL.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's more than I thought. Well, that is interesting. So you are going to be teammate-less tonight. Your long-haired princess team owner Tegan is probably chilling, as I said, with a poncho on right now in Daytona Beach, Florida. Who are you looking to work with tonight?
Obviously, probably any Fords. Me and Will worked really well together in practice. And then, obviously, you know, me and Bradley, anytime we hook up, trucks, Xfinity, Cup, at play tracks, we're always a threat. So, probably Will or Bradley for tonight. Any of the Fords. I didn't really get to practice with much of the Fords tonight, but me and Will did really good.
I saw you hitting bumpers with Mind Killer. What do you think about him?
Yeah, he did good. He didn't like how me and Will were running our lanes. So, but you know, they come and go. You can't push people that are gonna hold you back. So.
Yeah, and I know you've been gone for CFNL for a while, but how does it feel to be back? And how does it feel that your first race back in the CFNL is the Daytona 500?
Well, I mean, I raced the Truck Series Friday night.
Who cares? It's not real. Totally didn't know that, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, it feels good. You know, my head is in the right place right now. You know, so just glad that I have this. This is what, my third opportunity that I've left and came back. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited to see how poor or how well I do. You know, obviously, everybody's expecting me to be this fireball kind of attitude. So it will be very interesting to see. Hopefully, I don't cause too many problems. You know, Bradley was the one who said I'm the most controversial person in CFNL as of right now. So hopefully that changes and it could be somebody else. So
Sounds like a biography about Pitbull. Now, NASCAR owner. Happy to have Pitbull in the sport. Matt, you got any questions?
How's it going, Predator?
It's going good. You know, I had the Legends Racing League Daytona 500 earlier this morning. Won that, so off to a good start. Hopefully we can get a good finish tonight.
So you're certainly familiar with the track. I imagine it's got to be good with fans back in the stands to be able to cheer you on here.
I'm cheering.
It also.
Yeah, I assume that group of people are cheering for the apple pie Karen. So
We are.
It looked like
for
in
you
practice that Bradley was definitely fast. You mentioned that you and him normally work good on restrictor plate racing. If it comes down to it, would you, if say hypothetically there's like 5 laps left and it's him on the outside, would you turn him, or would you go up and join him if like you have the opportunity of getting behind him or one of the other Fords?
It depends. It depends on the situation. I don't want to necessarily burn my bridges. I don't want to go out there and, cause a situation that gets me to the lead and then make people mad. And then that puts them in a situation where they can leave me out to dry, not push me, not help me, or even wreck me. Me and Bradley had the conversation. Me and Tegan had the conversation when I joined this team and joined this affiliation that we will work together at any and every track. But when it comes down to a win, when it comes down to a champion, teammates, friends, brothers, sisters, cousins, whatever, everything's off the table. So. And we saw that with Tegan last year. He did what he had to do to win a championship. So, and I expect the same thing when it comes to me. I'm not going to make a situation that's going to cost myself or my teammates or my affiliates a win or a better position. Because we're all here to gain points. We're all here to win. But only one person could win. We don't have stages anymore, so it's going to be interesting for sure.
Whenever I need to fill up a 10-minute block, I know who the guy is to put in that spot.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I did need about 10 minutes there filled up. I do have one more little thing for you. Are there any plugs you might want to give? I know you got a couple sponsors.
Oh, absolutely.
So decide that maybe you want to use this platform to advertise a little bit.
Absolutely. So I like to say that in CFNL, I am the only. Well, I guess. Well, no, Sal's not in the league anymore. So I am the only person in CFNL that actually has sponsors.
I'm sponsored by Magnum.
Oh, you're sponsored by. Oh, wow. Yeah, I got GetStrong.com. They are a guitar and drum company that make jewelry for men and women, so that's pretty cool. Use discount code Derek20, save you 20%. Phoenix Fit, use OT9 Predator to save you 30%.
That's a lot.
And then we're affiliated with Rowdy Energy, so. Yeah, get your Rowdy Energy. You can use my. I don't have a code. I have a link, which is weird. So, but you can save money that way. So yeah, Rowdy Energy. I love Rowdy Energy. I'm actually.
Commission?
I should probably check that. Not gonna lie.
You probably should.
Yeah. So, but yeah, celebrated my birthday last week. So, hopefully we can go out and celebrate even more tonight.
Well, it'd be a great birthday present for you to win the Great American, Canadian, Mexican race. Because, Daniel Suarez in the Cup Series. Yeah. Bubba's in
African.
there.
Yep.
So, yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, Predator, and good luck.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. That guy got a personality, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's quite, like you said, we needed to kill some time, and he is the man to call on.
Yeah, he is definitely somebody to fill up some time, which is great. And I even let him do his sponsors. Isn't that great?
That is great. That is
How nice
very
I am.
nice.
What a great broadcaster. And race winner. I am. Matt, how did you feel about my performance last night?
Your performance was good. I wish I could say the same about mine, but
All right, we got our starting order though. Excuse my interruption about tooting my own horn for a little bit. So the starting order will be 12, 88, 24, 48, 9, 78, 21, 18, 20, 95, 14, 22, and 2 to round out the 13-car field. One interesting thing about Bradley's situation, though, is that you got his teammates, the 22 and the 2, starting 12th and 13th, and he's starting first.
yeah, he's the only Ford I want to
top
believe
10
to
out of 13
position
cars.
11. Yeah.
Yeah. The Fords
Oh,
are bottom
geez.
3 other than Bradley. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So we could have...
Well, there's Will in the 7th place, actually. I totally forgot about that, but that's going to take a while for Will to be able to get to him.
Yeah, we'll see if this will be a Chevy Alliance here early. It'll be interesting to see with the 88, 24, and 48 if the 88, 28, 48, what was I saying? Oh, yes, if the 24 and 48 just try to pull out alongside the 88 and just try to form a trio and leave
Yeah, I
Bradley
mean,
out
you
to
got
dry.
Hendrick guys 2, 3, 4, 5. You got a Chevy in sixth. So I
Yeah,
mean,
you
that's going to
could.
be a
They
pretty
could
good combo
realistically.
for them. Yeah.
Yeah, they could realistically just choose whatever line Bradley isn't choosing and make him drop all the way back to fifth or sixth.
So yeah, Matt. Whenever we get the invite, I will let you know, and you can join. So don't join when you get it. Real life news: if it does not rain again, they will get the race back going tonight, probably.
Some non-NASCAR news. We have a final in the NBA. The Washington Wizards defeated the Boston Celtics today.
Wow, how many did Bradley Beal drop?
Beal, I want to say Beal and Russ both had 26.
Wow.
They ended up winning one, if I believe correctly. It was 107 to 91. We currently have the Mavericks and the Blazers going on right now. 104 to 91 was the final of the Wizards and Celtics. I lied. Bradley Beal had 35.
Wow.
And Russ had 13. Bradley Beal only missed 8 shots, going 10 of 18 from the field. The Celtics were led by Kemba and Jaylen Brown. And in college
Bradley Beal has
basketball,
been electric this year.
he has been a show for sure. It's unfortunate he's on a bad team. Maybe he can come join the Knicks.
Yeah.
We had Michigan come back from a very
That was a great game. I definitely caught
big
some of that
deficit.
during the pre-race. Oh, Matt, did you see the Daytona 500 pre-race today?
I was actually at work till 2 o'clock, so I caught the very end of it.
It was really good. They did a great job. The Newman segment was very touching. I don't know if you caught that about his crash last year and how, and it had his mom and his dad on there. It was actually really touching. Oh, that was a really good touch by Fox.
I did not,
And Clint
was
Boyer
not
is
able to catch
absolutely
him.
incredible in the booth. Just want to say that.
He brings so much positive and joyful energy.
Yeah,
It's
Clint is
absolutely
awesome.
amazing for sure.
Jeff Gordon is my favorite driver, but his charisma level is low in the booth, and Clint Boyer definitely helps it. We have our invites. Just wait on it till we can go in. Isn't this exciting, Matt? The
This is.
broadcast boys. We can hop in. All right. Mind Killer just said one of the dumbest things in Discord I've ever heard. Um, but that's
Oh,
besides the point. Yeah.
what did he say?
He said, "Why does it say 21620?" And then Bradley said, "Because this game came out last year under the Daytona 500 logo." So,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. All right.
What?
Hopefully that doesn't translate to his racing tonight. Um,
Yeah.
this is not the green flag though, as you know, we got to line up still. Bradley doesn't have to move anywhere though. He is starting first. I'm not sure why they all didn't join on him though. Like they didn't do the order join because they could have just started at the beginning because Bradley is the pole sitter. So do you think that we're going to see a manufacturer, they're going to break from each other and not work together? Or do you think we're going to see straight manufacturers? We talked about it in practice. What's your final prediction about the manufacturers?
I think we'll see a lot of manufacturers go on, maybe not necessarily in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I want to say not necessarily in the beginning, but you really have a chance to send one of the prominent favorites here to the back if positions 2 through 5 all work together here. They could leave Bradley out to dry and make him run in that mid pack right around position 5 or 6. And as we saw in the real Daytona 500, if you're in the back or even in the middle on a wreck could happen at any time, and that could be the end of your race.
The thing about Bradley, though, is he even mentioned in his interview, he is comfortable leading. But if he's not out front, he's not as comfortable. So if they put Bradley on the back foot early on, do you think that he might be at a too big of a deficit to be able to go back and win?
He could very well be that way, especially with all the Chevys we got right here. He would have to rely on the Chevys to boost him back up to the front, and I can't imagine, while he would be able to do it, he would also probably be feeling pretty sketchy at the same exact time, having to rely on another manufacturer. And it's not just like it's one or two cars. You could literally have 4 or 5 here.
Well, here we are approaching the restart zone to begin the Daytona 500. The crowd is roaring. The flag is waving. And the green flag is out. We are underway in the Daytona 500.
As we saw, Bradley did get off good. It looks like he'll be able to hold off the outside lane of the 88. And the 48's gapped the 88 a little bit as well. So it looks like from the start, that little scenario that could have been bad for Bradley did not transform, and it's good news for him.
Yeah, mine, however, they do not have a good start on the outside there. He's put on the back foot early, and we got...
As we see S'mores on the outside teaming up with the 9 car of...
Hendrick. The Hendrick 4 is united on the outside, and look at this, we got Fords and Toyotas on the inside. I feel like this is the thing that we might be able to see all night tonight.
Yes, he was able to get... Wow, that is a big move then from Will, because he started...
7th, all the way up to second on the first
already.
lap. It did also help that the 3rd and the 5th cars moved to the outside lane on the start, and he kind of waltzed his way in to P2.
So we have like you were saying, we have the 2 Fords here. It looks like the Chevys are sticking to the outside. They don't want to...
Fords and Toyotas on the inside, Chevys on the outside. We already see manufacturers breaking from each other.
No, and now we
Got
see
3 wide in the back
already.
there. Not sure. Oh, Ryan's in the wall.
We got some contact.
Ryan's on the wall.
Some contact from his buddy S'mores.
Hendrick, miscommunication there. Why were they going 3 wide on lap 2? On board as Predator now.
It's pretty crazy.
I'm not sure if these guys are still in the draft. You got Gar, Mindkiller, and KLW potentially still in the draft. S'mores is getting it back. Ryan definitely out.
Yeah, up front here, it's still Bradley, Will. We have the 18 of Badfast in here as well.
Yeah, we got those 3 Chevys have lost the field currently.
Ooh, and now the 22 is stuck out to dry. Oh, tries to dip down inside, but the 2 and the 24 did not let him have it, so he'll fall all the way back.
We got some contact there. Football, AK Ford for life, number 2 there, had some issues there with his teammate. S'mores was there too. And we got a couple of guys making some big moves on the outside here. The Joe Gibbs guys.
Yeah, they're trying to come together. Oh, and then we see another
3 Toyotas on the outside. Incog, Badfast, and Spencer Boyce. We did not see Incog in practice, but we know he's a very strong plate racer, and I think Bradley feels most comfortable with Incog behind him. What do you make of that?
Ah, yes, especially from the brief time that Incog was in yesterday's race. He was really fast. It's the best case scenario for Bradley to have him as far back as possible for as long as possible. And so far, Team Penske, I'm associating the 21 with Team Penske, of course, but they are looking mighty promising up here towards the front.
We're checking on Incog right now. He
And
had a
then
strong
right
season
behind,
last year.
right behind those 2 is Predator. So we have 4 Fords in a row.
Yeah, the Fords are leading the field right now. Bradley must like what he sees in his mirror right now. So you'd assume earlier on the Fords and the Toyotas were going to work together, but now it's a Ford advantage in this lead field, you have to assume the Toyotas are going to have to adapt and probably work with Morris.
Yeah, I would definitely say the Fords are just going to keep on running their race, and it's the best case scenario for them to also have control of the field.
That is the biggest part about restrictor plate racing is probably adaptation. And one thing, you guys can't hear the Discord, but there is a lot of communication right now. Predator very happy with how football is performing behind him, and now we have 5 Fords on the inside lane. Bad Fast trying to split them up. He sneaks in the 4th. Good move by Bad Fast to sneak in there and maybe throw a wrench in their plan.
Oh, and now it looks like he's going back outside. That if he can't make the pass here, that'll allow
Don't know.
the two.
Oh, Will got hung out to dry.
He did, but it looks like he's cleared to come back. That move could come back to hurt the 18.
Predator let Will back in. Very smart move by Predator. Staying early. We're in the first 10 laps of the race. Very smart to stay around early. Let's see if we can get an onboard here. Let's go with...
So now with the top 5 are all Fords.
On board with Incog. Well, we got a bit of a let up, and Incog not a big fan of the 95 there, but he's probably gonna have to work with him if he wants to move up the field.
All right, we'll see what happens here.
One thing you notice at listening to Incog is you can probably hear his engine if you're watching the broadcast right now. There is a lot more off throttle time than you might think at a restrictor plate race. A lot of guys think these guys are full throttle the whole time, but there's a lot of off throttle time. Or not full throttle, half throttle sometimes. Just try to save some fuel, conserve, and not be right on the guy's bumper in front of you. Got a good view of all the Fords right now. Very calm, cool, and collected thus far.
And no one really kind of go out and venture out to the outside. It's kind of just as soon as I say that, it looked like could have been a possible chance there for Spencer to join up on the outside, but he wisely decided to pull it back behind Mud Dude.
Mud Dude in his rookie year in the Cup Series has been in and out of the Xfinity Series the last couple of years. He's running his first full-time Cup season, though. Oh, Will and Predator make contact! Uh-oh! The Fords are going at it. And, you know, they are probably pretty content with each other right now. But that could come back to maybe have a grudge between those two later.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder what would happen if there's 5 laps to go and something like that were to happen, and it cost one of them to win the race. Be some harsh words later in the press box.
Oh, you bet that for sure. But you got to look at this and also there was some communication in the chat. Will did not like how close Bradley was running to the apron. That's probably the product of that incident. That maybe he was running too close to the apron. Will made contact with it, set up the track, and had to come down and got Predator in the process.
That very well could have been that. As you see, Bradley kind of start to run a little bit higher up the track.
Bradley
now
has moved up. We got a 3-car pack here. We got the 78, 40, and the 88, all the 8s. So those guys, Chevys, are working together. They're not going to gain anything on the pack, as that pack is way too big. Now Ryan, let's get a camera on him. He's in turn 1. These guys are all the way in turn 3 right now. So Ryan's entering the back stretch while they're going on in the front stretch. If this keeps up, Ryan's going to be in danger of losing a lap.
That would be huge, especially at a track like this.
That's something hard to recover. Unless there's a caution, of course, he would be probably the only one in the free pass position. But if this race goes calm, cool, and collected the whole time, no cautions, which I personally do not see happening at all, then he shouldn't be worried yet. We are in the first act of this race. and I don't think that he should panic yet. But if this is his position with 20 to go, I would be definitely worried.
Absolutely.
Single file racing is awfully exciting, isn't it, Matt? We got a pass. Yeah. Boys passing Morris. I believe that's for 7th.
We do see Spencer being the only one to try to get something going on that outside lane.
Spencer must be a little impatient. I'm not really sure why he's trying to go outside yet. Because really there's no point in what he's doing.
Oh, he's got someone else a little bit in front of him running outside now.
Incog in the 20. Incog and S'mores almost wrecked. Looking at S'mores here, he had a strong season last year. Driving the 24 this season.
Whoa, whoa! Some contact.
We got a call around. Predator.
It looked like Will bounced
Predator
up the track.
Around. Caution is out.
I was on board with Bradley, and it looked like Will went up the track. It didn't look like he hit the apron or anything like that. He just went up like he's been doing, and then tried to come back down, and he must not have been clear, and he sent the 14 of Predator flying into the infield grass. It doesn't look like he made contact with the wall.
So you got to assume those guys are going to not be too happy with each other later on.
Yeah. As Predator was saying when we had him in the booth before the race, he likes working with Bradley, and he also said that he may have had a confrontation with Will in practice, so that could have possibly spoiled on to the track here during the actual race.
So we'll be heading into pit road here.
Be interesting to see who goes. I imagine everybody will go here, get some fresh tires, and fuel it on up.
Here we go. Diving down into pit road here in NASCAR in real life, looking at a 9 p.m. Eastern restart for the Daytona 500. So
we do have everybody coming down.
Diving into the pits.
See if the Fords of Bradley and Will are able to stay out in front.
You think somebody like Ryan maybe is going to take 2 tires, get back towards the front?
I could definitely see that. I could definitely see a Ryan. We know NCOG has a really bold strategy type guy. That could definitely be possible, as we already have, as it actually looks like Bradley may have been.
Those guys definitely took 2 tires. They were out fast.
Yeah,
Fords
Bradley.
All on the same page.
Huh. Interesting strategy here.
KLW just said frickin' potato. I have no clue what they're talking about.
He said fricking potato.
Yeah. It's the naughtiest word we can say on this stream, but yes. So the Fords are all connected, and you know what I would assume? I would say Bradley, oh, well, it's a single file restart, so never mind. My point that I was about to say is completely null and void. But if this was a double file restart, I was going to say he's going to pick the outside, but it is not, so he can't. This is extra beneficial to the Fords, actually. They're going to be in line already. 5 of them. Is it 5? No, it's 4 of them. 4 of them in line already. So the rest of the field's going to be at a disadvantage. Maybe we were talking about Toyotas and Fords against the Chevys earlier tonight. Maybe it's going to be the Chevys and Toyotas against the Fords.
That is very true, as we see the 9 of Rye Guy and the 14 of Predator. They did not get their damage fixed.
Oh, they did. It'll still show on the screen, though.
Ah, yep. Okay, never mind. An invalid point by me.
So we're going to get a view of the full field here. We're going to go on board with Ryan on this restart so we can see everything that's going on in the field because he's basically in the back. So yeah, on board with Ryan in that Napa Chevrolet. Heading into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back out. Not a good start for Ryan. Anybody gonna try to make a move up there?
View the front here of Bradley.
Predator's not in good shape. He's in the draft already. Predator's in trouble.
Oh, wow. He has lost the draft already.
Predator had a bad restart there. And we got guys moving on the outside. 78, 24, 18.
Yes, we have maybe a 4-car pack? 3-car pack on the outside right now.
Yeah, and they're holding pretty strong right now, actually. And they're going to get it. Oh, S'mores almost getting up in the wall there. And now the inside's flying as they got to let off. Something happened with Mud Dude there. And, you know, we did see a lot of single file before, but even though we have a full field back, do you think we're going to see single file, or do you think we're going to see some guys try to make some moves to get to the front and get Bradley out of control of the race?
It'll be hard for that to happen, considering the top 3 are Fords. So it'll be tough for that to happen. Oh no, the top 4 are Fords. That's right. The top 4 are Fords, so it would almost have to be everybody else that jumped up on the top, because I can't imagine the 21, 2, or 22 trying to join the outside line and passing Bradley. We do see single file, though, still.
We do, and what would you do if you... Who's the first what would you do if you're Spencer right now?
I mean, I would have to stay where the front 4 are. They were really they were, like we said in practice, Team Penske and throwing in the 21 with that team were by far, in my opinion, the strongest in practice.
Yeah, so if you're Spencer right now, do you try to make moves, or do you just... If I were him, I'd probably stick right here right now. That's probably your best shot. You mean,
Yeah,
you got 4 very strong guys in front of you.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that statement.
But at the same time, does he want to go take control of the race and put Bradley on the back foot?
Yeah, it's going to take something like that in order for him to not be so comfortable.
Oh, we got moves. Oh, fizzled out. Looks like Incog's about to do a charge on the outside. Let's go on board with Gar Football. He's trying to do something here. Good for him. Bad Fash flew to the outside. They're just trying to make moves. If you're a guy back here, though, you got to keep just chucking the ball at the wall. You know, throwing it aggressively. You just got to do what you can. You're not going to lose much. You're already in the back. Maybe you can get a couple guys to go with you, have a run going. Go and contest Bradley. Oh, we got problems! Oh, man. 20 and the 48 almost had an issue up there. Looks like Incog got a little loose on the straightaway. KLW did a great job reacting not to cause a big pileup there, because if you have a pileup in the middle of the pack, that's one of the worst places to have it. You could get this whole back half of the pack all involved. Keep the Fords unscathed, which would be good for them, but...
It looks like the 20 of Incog wants to go on the outside of Spencer. And pass him, and he made a... Looks like he might have...
Spencer is definitely not holding the straightest line, so if I were Incog, I'd probably want him out of my way. He's very hard to follow. As you can look at that 95, very, very jerky. He probably doesn't have the best handling race car, and that's definitely showing here. If you gang up on these, you can... If this back half of the pack here gains up on the Fords, they can get the win.
Absolutely. There's still a lot of race left.
I mean, that's what they're going to have to do, though. I think it's got to be Chevy Toyota against the Fords if they want to race for the win. And they zoom by the back stretch.
Still all single file.
very calm, but can you tell the storm's brewing?
Absolutely.
Whoa, Bradley! Oh, we'll let him back in, though. We'll let him back in. Let's try to get the camera on them. Bradley got loose, got up the track, was about to lose the lead. Will came back and let him back in. And if this race is like this the whole time, that might come back to bite Will, because the strongest car, even if you're working with him, you got a chance to get him out of his best position. You probably should do that.
Well, we have someone on the outside here. We
Spencer
have
Boyce, and that's
Spencer
probably
trying to get
Incog's
outside.
best move that could have possibly happened.
As he rallies right on back of the 22, and the 95 could be hung out to dry here as the rest of this field is strung together.
And 95 went from 5th, and he is going all the way back.
He might have a chance to duck in here as he does.
Yeah.
Right behind the 18, but a lot of spots lost.
At least he gave it a try, though. Totally respect him for maybe going up. Maybe it wasn't on purpose. Maybe he got forced up, but solid job by him. Maybe giving it a shot. And that's what one of the best things we can see is, you know, guys just giving it a shot, trying to make a move, and I think if there's got to be a move, it's got to start here where we're on board with right now with the DeWalt cam. Incog Killshot, the number 20 car. He's the guy that's going to have to initiate the move. Mud Dude is the last barrier for the Fords. An interesting thing about what Mud Dude's doing, though, is he's laying a little bit off the other Fords. And you might not notice this being a big deal, but it very well could be. He's leaving about a car length in between him and football most of the time. And when he does that, it's going to give those guys a lot more time to react to a move maybe made by Incog. If he goes up and Muddy doesn't have time to block it, these guys are going to see it and have a lot more time. Well, not a lot more, but definitely more than they would originally to block that move and counter it.
That is a very good call.
I'm not sure how they're going to be able to break this Penske brick wall unless it gets split up.
Yeah, Team Penske here in the front is looking mighty strong already.
A couple Hendrick guys are having a little confrontation in the chat right now. Ryan and KLW, looks like that's resolved. Spencer is humming a tune. So let's get a different view here on the field. KLW, a little bit of a gap to the rest of the field, but he's coming back working with a 78. And who's that back there? The 18. The 18's been throwing caution to the wind so far. We have
an accident in the back of the field.
Crash! KLW around. No caution though. Only a one-car wreck. KLW. His Daytona 500 dreams are definitely hurt.
Oh, we have another car into the wall.
Ryan on the wall. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like it looked like someone must have just hit the apron and bounced up.
Gar hit the apron. Got Ryan in the wall. Now those three have lost the draft. The 78, the 9. Let's get a camera on them. And the 95, it looks like. Yep. 78, 9, 95. All lost the draft as well as the 48 due to his incident earlier. So that, again, is good for the Fords.
They're slowly getting everybody else out of the race.
The field is now 4-on-4. And do you see that gap between the 2 and the 22?
Yes, that is going back to your point earlier.
Very wise move.
And steady keeping that little gap there.
Honestly, he's the first line of defense, I'd bet. Bradley up the track. Is Will going to take it? Will is going to take it this time.
I don't know if that was intentional from Bradley or not, but that could be.
It wasn't his intention, but Will takes the lead now, and now that Ford connection is definitely disrupted, though. Maybe they won't be as strong without the favorite leading them.
As we do see some commotion here in the back. It looks like Incog's. I mean, that's actually the 22.
S'mores trying to make a move. Mind killer with him. Got two Hendrick cars, 2 Gibbs cars against the Penske Alliance. Normally, you wouldn't expect to see those guys working together, but they are going to have to. On board with Bad Fast here. I wonder if the 22 is still leaving that gap. Yeah, he is. You see that? We're on board with the 22 now. Pennzoil Ford. He's leaving that car length or so gap in between them.
You almost wonder how long NCOG's gonna stay behind, try to stay behind the 22, because you have to figure he can sense something like that.
I know we are both experienced in play racing. Of course, there wasn't as many cars today, or I mean yesterday as there was today, but I was in NCOG's position for most of the day. I was usually 5th, 6th, around there. Didn't really try to make any moves, just hung single file, basically rode half throttle around the track for most of the race, and then worked my way to the front towards the end. I think he's playing a very smart game right now.
That he is. We see the 20 being aggressive, and every chance he
24.
gets is on the back end of the 22, as you are right. S'mores goes up the track. He's not going to gain anything by it. He's trying to see what's out there. Oh, as it looks like it could have been a shot right there for NCOG. I thought he might have tried to dip down, as the 22 looked like he went a little bit too high up the track, but NCOG looks like he may be doing the same thing that the 22 was doing.
If NCOG sees the opportunity to take the 22, I think he's got to make that move. Oh, NCOG is leaving that inside way open. But if NCOG sees the hold that the 22 gives, he's got to take it, because that's the last line of defense. That's probably their biggest player right now.
For sure, especially the way he's giving whoever is in front of him. This time, as it is right now, it's Bradley. But you saw it earlier, he's giving the number 2 a lot of space.
On board with S'mores here.
Oh, he
Oh,
clips the 20.
big check up there in the pack. Don't those cars sound beautiful, Matt?
They do sound very nice. You see the 24 of S'mores, you can definitely see he wants to get around. Him and NCOG both want to get around this 22. There goes the 24 again, trying to get to the outside. Oh, looked like NCOG might have tried to dip down to the inside, but was blocked off.
What do you make of this race so far, Matt?
Very interesting race. Like I thought, we see Team Penske. Like I said, I thought they were very strong in practice. And they're continuing that this race.
So we have to assume Muddu's doing that intentionally, right?
I would definitely think so. Maybe it could be that he's doing it to save himself gas.
But even if he doesn't realize that, it's a good line of defense.
It is. That is very true. I don't know if he does realize that, or I definitely think with how long he's been doing it, for how continuously he's been doing it. I definitely have to think that this was a talking point before the race.
Yeah. It's a very smart plan. If somebody else becomes fourth, like let's say Football falls back and gets in behind Mud Dude, and if he does the same thing, then you gotta assume it's a plan.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And with the single file restarts, if these are the 4 guys out front, that's going to be hard to beat, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if there's quite enough strength in the back of the field here to pass them. It's really just, you really have to separate the top 4 somehow. Is what this is ultimately coming down to.
We are going to be getting some exciting thing here in a second, Matt. Guess what?
What's that?
Green flag pit stops.
Oh boy.
Most of these guys have 3 to 5 laps left on their fuel. Looks like the guys that led, the 12 and the 21, are down to 3. Everybody else sounds like they have 5.
Oh, could this play a factor here?
Very well could, because they can't save as much fuel if they're out front. They have no draft. So, do you assume, could we see a wreck going into pit road? It's going to be pretty dicey. Somebody might speed.
Yeah, I think it definitely helps the Fords that if all of them go at the same time, which you would expect that at least they're the front 4.
They're definitely all going to pit at the same time. That
So,
buffer with mud, dude, is huge right now.
It's just going to all depend on if any of them speed.
Looks like they're catching up to a lap car. KLW almost going to go a lap down here. 21 is pitting this time. You have to assume the Fords are going to follow. Will it get dicey here entering the pits? Down pit road, everybody's going. Whoa.
Oh, the 21 hits the wall.
21 in the wall.
The 21 was trying to slow. It looked like he was all by himself as well, and he just lost complete control of the car. Oh boy. That is the break that a lot of these people could have needed.
Yeah, but there's going to be probably another Penske car out front unless somebody else pulls strategy. Oh, Predator's going out, but he's a lap down, so he'll do that. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Bradley back out front. But look at this. The 88 and the 20 looks like behind him. Yeah, so we got a Chevy and a Toyota behind him, and they're having some problems there. What is going on with the 88 and the 20?
Wow. And they're going to allow the two...
Oh, KLW on the outside! What is he doing?
The 48. Is
He's
he
a
lap
lap
down?
He is a lap down.
Okay. What a move.
That was insane.
Now, man, if that was for the lead, that would have been so impressive, but with the 88 and the 20 fighting, and still fighting, they're allowing the 2 and the 12 to go back out in front again.
That was one of the dumbest things I've ever... I don't mean to call people out, but the 88 and the 20 are doing some of the
now they spun.
stupidest...
Now the 88 just spun. He was able to keep it, but the 20 dipped down inside of him. That was... We're going to have to bring one of them and ask them what in the world just
I
happened.
think they were stuck together or something.
Yeah, that's what I would have to think, because there's no way you intentionally race like that, because if one of the two just jumped off, you would have broken up this Ford Alliance that we see out in front right now with the 12 and the 2. Wow. But now we have Bad Fast and S'mores in 3rd and 4th respectively. So we could have a Toyota Alliance here. With the 18 and 20, looks like he caught the 24 of S'mores. I don't know if the 88 is technically out of the draft yet.
Let me...
I don't know if he's still got all
88
red cut.
might have it. Well, looks like they're planning on calling a competition caution. Apparently, Mine Killer's out of the draft.
What happened?
Mine Killer's out of the draft. competition caution will be 50 to 51.
Gotcha. Well, any idea what lap we're on right now?
I can find that out. Hi, you beautiful people. What lap are you guys on? 43? So 7 laps to the caution? Alright. We are 7 laps away from the competition caution, currently on lap 43. We'll be approaching the competition caution. Will this gang of Chevys and Yodas try to make a move? Oh, they're going high. Bad, Fast, and Incog, but S'mores is going to stick down low. That is an interesting development there. Oh. If I were the Chevys and the Toyotas, I'd try to gang up on these guys. Take them down if you can.
Yeah. For sure. You got to do something to split
With the
up
single
these.
file restarts, you don't want 2 forwards out front.
Yeah.
We've seen
Maybe one of them.
how strong they've been in the first half of this race.
Yeah, I'm guessing that either the 24 or the 20 may try to do something strategy-wise here to get themselves out in front, even though they may use an extra pit stop, which obviously wouldn't help them in the long run. Maybe they'll try to just sacrifice and split
We
this
got Predator,
duo
a
up.
lapped car here in this pack. He is in position for the free pass right now, so that puts KLW definitely on the back foot here.
And
So-
if Predator is able to get the free pass, that's just another 4.
I have what happened between the 20 and the 88 from Discord. Apparently one of them, the ghost clip coming out of the pits,
Yes.
apparently one of them was ghosted. The other was on one screen, the other was not actually ghosted. So they were stuck together like that, and that's what they were together for so long. So it was really nobody's fault.
Gotcha. Very interesting.
Yeah. Gotta love these NASCAR Heat 5 glitches. Predator is begging for them not to catch any other cars to put a lap down. So he can stay on the lead lap.
They still have a ways to go, don't they?
They got 5 or 6 laps now, probably maybe less. So I think they're
I
pretty
don't
close.
see
And
anybody.
yeah, they're not going to catch anybody. So Predator is in the position for the free pass. Looking at Bad Fast here. Bad Fast has been very aggressive today. I think that'll pay off in the long run.
It definitely could. He's definitely showing that he's capable of making the moves, as long as he has people to help him out. He's showing that he can do it.
Let's go through the field. S'mores has had a strong effort so far. Lagged a little early. Got involved in the incident early on with the other Hendrick cars. Lost the draft early on. Running third here. You impressed with him, Matt? Oh!
I am, as soon as you say that, he got way wide there by himself. That was almost the commentator jinx.
Yeah.
But outside of that move, I am impressed with how much he was able to recover. From, like you said, that early incident, it looks like he's still being really aggressive. It looks like he may try to get inside of the 2 car here. He leaves him on just a tiny gap.
Checking out Incog here in P4. What do you make of his strategy so far? He's really been hanging out this whole time. What do you make of that strategy?
Yeah, that is a good strategy. I mean, you gotta be at the right spot at the right time. You need a little bit of luck. But I definitely feel like he's been one of the more aggressive guys. Or wanting to show aggression.
Yeah. He's
He's
playing
wanting to show
smart.
that he's aggressive, but he just hasn't been so far.
Yeah.
So
We know what he can do on these tracks, and he's just playing it smart right now.
absolutely.
Do you think Bradley, in position number 1, would rather have Football behind him or Incog? Football is his teammate. Incog is probably his preferred partner on plate tracks. Who do you think he'd rather have behind him?
Ooh, that's tough. I don't know. I mean, I would think he'd want his teammate, but him and Incog are so good on these tracks. I honestly don't know.
Now we're checking out the 2 in position number 2. He's been very, very quiet thus far, but he's been in the top 4 the whole, or basically the top 3 the whole race. How do you rate his performance?
I think outside of Bradley, he's been the best so far. It always catches your eye when it's someone who's extremely consistent and you just don't talk about him for a large portion of the race because they don't do anything stupid and they're just always keeping themselves in contention. Those are usually the people who turn out to be the most dangerous when the race comes to the final 10 or 5 laps.
Yeah, he's been top 3 the whole time, really playing second fiddle with these other guys, but you could definitely see him go for it later on. Because if this was the last lap, do you think he would break off with Bradley and try to win? Or do you think he'd stick with his bumper?
I think he'd try to stick with him for as long as possible, and then maybe around the backstretch try to pull out. And then, but I definitely think like if he saw that the 24 would have a run, I think he'd try to pull out and block him to try to make it a 1-2 finish for Team Penske. As we see S'mores going to the outside, and he's going to fall to the back of this little group we've got going here.
Now we got 2 Penskes, 2 Toyotas lined up. Penske versus Joe Gibbs. Then you got a Stuart Haas and a Hendrick Motorsports, the 4 big teams in this league. Caution is out now. Yellow out. Our competition caution. This field's going to get bunched up, and we got a 50-lap dash to the finish.
Oh boy.
Are you excited?
I am. I mean, we still have the Fords out in front. It'll be interesting to see if anybody can do anything to break this up.
And Predator will get his lap back.
What do we think? Do we think Incog, S'mores, or the 18 will try to do a pit maneuver here to break this pack up?
I would. I'm a big strategy guy, and if I don't know what the fuel windows are or the tires are looking, but if they have the chance to maybe make a move here, I think they gotta go for it.
You gotta do something, even if you're not first and you end up second, as long as you can break this top 2 up.
Yeah.
That's something that has to happen here.
I totally agree with you.
And it'll be interesting to see if someone like the 22, who isn't a lap down, Mud Dude's not a lap down, correct?
Yeah, Mud is on a lap down.
And then Big Will Gaming is a lap down, though, right?
Who, Big Will? No.
Yeah.
Only got a lap down.
Oh, it was Predator.
Yeah.
That's right. So it'll be interesting to see if some of the back 2 Fords try to do a pit strategy to join up their teammates and make it the 4-car alliance again.
Oh, Will is actually a lap down. I was wrong.
Gotcha.
He is not. I think he might be able to try to get the wave around here. So we're gonna get on the camera. Is KLW pitting?
I think everybody pitted.
Yeah, he is the last car in the pits, so we're gonna try to get this view, this angle, so we can see the field. Incog, looks like he didn't take 4.
Oh
boy!
There it is. There is the bold strategy that I was calling for. The 12 did, and he's the first one off pit road.
Whoa!
4 tires, but Predator had something to say about that.
Spencer Boyce just slammed Predator out of the pits and yelled, "I hate you," after beating him off pit road.
So Predator was able to get his lap back, and now he'll start 4th.
I don't believe that's correct.
Oh. So he's still lap down?
No, he's still on the lead lap. He just has to start at the back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. But here's the strategy that I was calling for, and that we both agreed with. You got to do something.
You have to get them not at the lead.
And it looks like Incog's in first. Is that correct?
Incog is in first.
The Incog, Spencer,
Bradley,
and then
Football in 4th, Bad Fast 5th, 6th, Mud Dude. Now, you might notice the 2-car, his name is Fords for Life. I call him Football. He was always Football before. He changed his name to Fords for Life probably a year ago. So.
Is that Gar Football?
No, Gar Football's a different guy. I call him Gar. Yeah. 2 is Football, because his name was Football Kid before. But ever since PlayStation, a lot of people changed their names. They've been running wild like Hulkamania, brother.
now we'll see how this last 50 laps shakes out here. Because now we get someone going to pit road.
Looks like S'mores dive down in the pits, right?
Someone dived down in the pits. Let me go check out and see what we got here. It is the 24, that is correct.
Yeah, S'mores in the pits. KLW is apparently confused about the strategy. He definitely messed it up.
Oh, what happened there with the 48?
The 48 did not understand the wave around rule. So he was a lap down. If he stayed out, he would have gotten a lap back.
Ah, but instead he pitted with the rest of them, and now he's a lap down still.
He's very mad. Everybody, he asked who else in the field do that. Everybody else knows it. What is KLW talking about? The guy is ranting and raving about nothing right now. Anyway. I'm distracted by the Discord right now. This is insane. I wish you could hear this, Matt. But yeah, Incog out front here, getting some laps led. This is exciting. We got new leaders.
We do. It'll be interesting to see if the 2 and the 12 plan to go to the outside and put the pressure on these guys.
The 95 and the 20 have not been known to work well together in past times. Let's see what they do here. And the green flag is back out. They roar through the gears, cross the start-finish line. Incog's having a great start. Doesn't look like that good of a start for the number 2, Ford's Football, whatever its stupid name is.
It's Ford's for life.
Let's call him Football. He's up to Bradley's bumper.
It was the 18 went high there.
We got complaints about Gar lagging, apparently.
What number is
S'mores
Gar?
lagging. They are still going off at the wave around.
Oh my gosh.
It's just it's insane. You know, I don't mean to be biased towards anything, but how stupid can you be to not understand a rule that has been a rule in NASCAR for about 1,000 years and has been a rule in the CFNL ever since it started?
Yeah, and now we have Team Penske possibly making its way up to the outside. It looked like Bradley may have gotten into the 95 there and forced him down to the apron, or the 95 may have just missed up and went to the apron. But we do have Team Penske on the outside. This will be mighty tricky right here for the 95 to keep out Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley and his team are working together on the outside. I guess they want to get control back over the field, but they are not able to do it right now.
Yeah, that looked like it may have panned out, may be panning out, but it did not work well. As Bradley drops down.
We got 3 Toyotas. Oh. Bradley snuck right in. They got bad fast in between them now. The Penske cars are split up at mid-pack. Let's go on board with Mud Dude here. See if he leaves that gap. Oh man, let's see if my observation is right. He is leaving a massive gap right now.
Oh, jeez. I don't think he meant to leave that big of a gap.
I just want to notice on the straightaway if he does that again. It looks like, well, yeah, he's just leaving that gap right now. Yeah, I mean, he definitely leaves a bigger gap than other people do. You notice that?
Yeah, for sure. Usually other people are almost right on your bumper. Very interesting strategy. I almost want to think that he's keeping this gap because towards the end of the race, if it's anyone in front, even his Team Penske brothers, I think he's going to try to make a move to pass him.
I mean, maybe he's scouting it out, waiting if there's a moment, because if you're farther back, you have more time to react.
I do personally think that's what's happening here.
Yellow out.
Oh, whoa, 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 what happened?
I'm not sure.
It was good up to Mud Dude. I don't know if anything happened behind him.
Yeah. Don't. Well, the 48 gets his lap back. Well, after all that confusion, I'm gonna pop into Discord for a second so the field can, the broadcast can hear it, and I'm just gonna ask Bradley a quick question. So hold on a second. How does y'all guys sound, Matt?
You can hear. You can.
If I could have been up front like I should have been in the first place, but Will had a lag. and then Sport had a lag again.
Bradley, I'm just popping in here real fast. I did not know the wave around was such a controversial rule.
Remember lap course just started the CFL. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I was wondering about that. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Mistakes were made on that aspect.
So they're heading into the pits now. Forcing it on them in the pits.
Not anymore. He's definitely left.
KLW did not pit for some reason.
What is going on with KLW?
These pit glitches are so bad. Do you see that?
Oh, yes, everyone's just rocking. Oh, man, and people just took fuel only.
Oh my goodness. Spencer is yelling.
Wow.
You keep fucking screaming, I'm gonna fucking kick you out the goddamn Discord. Sorry.
you get some pretty entertaining people here.
We apologize for that language. The CFNL does not endorse any of those words used by Mr. Domer. I guess the frustration is boiling over between the volume in this chat. So Matt, you know what it's time for?
What's the time for?
On this restart?
Oh, are we gonna crank it up?
We are gonna crank it up.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Crank up time, baby. So they're going green this time. Time for them to crank it up.
Actually, had to restart third gear though. I'm trying my best to hold my line 18. Jesus. I have to find out, man. Holy Line's like, fuck this, I'm going to bed. Oh, okay. That was it. Screw this. You can come down, Will. Yeah, I got a Will. No, I got the way the horse was coming and lagging. Oh, I'm still lagging. For a second there, you were. Oh, you're lagging. Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah, you're still lagging. I think I hit a...
That was crank it up on the restart. Did you enjoy that, Matt?
I did. Very nice to hear the motors humming.
S'mores had a little bit of lag. Apparently. So he's
Yeah.
dropping in the back. And is this the first time we've had like the full field together?
The first time in a long time.
Yeah.
And we still have NCOG and Spencer in front.
Yeah, we got the Toyotas out front. Looks like they're trying to be a move there.
Looks like Bradley's trying to start a move. with his Team Penske bros.
Yeah, Bradley said his run just stalled out there. You can tell they're trying to get back to the front very, very fast. That's what they like to be. I feel like there's a definite advantage to if the leader's got teammates behind him.
Oh, absolutely. He's got people scouting. I mean, not scouting, but spectating what's behind him, for sure.
Not a very strong performance from Hendrick tonight. Three of their guys are in the back of the pack. Mind Killer and P4 right now. That's their best performer. That's probably the highest up any of them's been all night. What do you make of Hendrick's struggles this race so far?
Yeah, it's just like you said. I don't know if there's anything you can really put to it. I mean, the Fords were out in front all night, and now you have the two Toyotas out here. It's just maybe their strategy. They've been calling maybe the same race as the people who are up front, so it's just hard.
And here we go. We got 5 Fords to the outside. 12, 2, 22. Oh my goodness. Looks like we got a 6-car group here. Working the outside football. Gar football goes down.
Oh! We
Oh!
get no contact. I don't know what happened. Someone went into the wall. Someone's going down almost pit road. Oh man. We are seeing some
A
aggressive
lot
stuff
of
on
things going on there. Predator, Gar football made contact. Looks like Predator's out of the draft. The Fords are all out of whack right now. It's so weird how they were in such control for the first half of the race, and now their race is in total disarray.
Yeah. I mean, you still have the 21, the 12, and the 2.
Whoa! What is happening with these guys?
This might be panic.
Great performance from Incog so far. We look at the chase cam of him right now, the DeWalt Toyota. Got help from the 95 behind him. Three Toyotas out front. Now we got Toyota dominance. So honestly, the Chevys are kind of the outliers so far. Who do you think they're going to work with?
I feel like they've got to work with the Fords in order to catch the Toyotas. You would think, unless maybe they try their own pit strategy here. Because we do have one more pit, correct? We probably got one more.
I would assume we have probably only one more stop, yes. Fords are making the move. Fords to the outside. Oh, and they go back down. Their moves have...
Bradley hit the apron.
Oh!
Bradley hit the apron.
Crash! Caution. Caution is out. Hard hit for football. The 2 car has been strong all day, and he will most likely be in the back after that one. Huge incident.
It looked like him and Bradley both went down. It looked like Bradley hit the apron and slid back up and may have clipped him. Oh, we have a possible pass here at the start-finish line.
Oh man, then it's not going to work though.
Spencer tried it, but he almost didn't have it.
Oh,
Oh boy, we got
Whoa.
contact. Spencer's in the wall.
Spencer's in the wall. Bad fastest on the apron. We got a mess here. The caution comes out.
Oh boy. All this excitement on cautions.
Isn't this great? What a great race we got.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here with Bradley and the 21 of Big Will. Do they try a pit strategy to make themselves go up towards the front again? And try to break up the Toyotas now?
Matt, how is this for their first race in the booth?
Oh, it's really exciting. Very, very exciting. I'm glad it's at one of the largest tracks. Get the bird's eye view, best view in the house.
Apparently the 500 is getting ready to get back going in real life, so They're early on in their race still, so don't go anywhere yet. Stay right with us. Our race is winding down here. Wait to join the real Daytona 500.
I'll be able to give some updates on the real 500 as I will join that on my phone.
All right.
Hulu Plus.
Oh, we got a little bit of a spin in the pits here. S'mores is just getting rammed. Do you see this? What are these pit glitches? Oh my goodness.
Incog just got bodied. Let's go to Bradley. Bradley's one of the ones who's in the front of the pits. He's the front car. See what happens here. No one's out yet. No one's out.
Let's see who
Oh, we see
14.
the 14.
14.
14.
Whoa!
What a bold strategy. The 14, the 20, the 18, the 95.
Spencer. Spencer drops 2 positions. He yells 4th place. I'll take it in the chat.
What kind of move did we see Predator do? He had to go 2 tires and gas?
Maybe no tires. Everybody's assuming
He's got 2 Toyotas behind him. Yeah, I definitely think he
Hey guys,
took
what
2.
lap are we on? What lap are we on? Nice. We are almost on. Guess what lap, Matt?
75.
69. Nice,
Everyone's favorite position.
Nice, huh?
Yep.
Who will be in the best position coming to lap 69? We're approaching 30 to go.
He's got 3 Toyotas behind him here, does Predator.
We do. We are over 2/3 of this race. Got a little less than a third left of this race to go. So we'll have a dash to the finish. I would be totally honest with you. I assume that we'll see more cautions.
Yeah, we'll probably have. We need one more pit stop too, correct?
Maybe.
I don't think you can go 35 on fuel here.
No, I don't.
If it was our race last night with 2 times wear, I think it's only like 25 laps you can go.
It might be close. S'mores to the outside back there already. KLW going to work with him.
So I definitely feel like they'll have to hit one more time. For always
Predator's taking command. Do you think that the 20, 18, and 95 are going to try to get by him?
I do.
Yeah.
But they have to wonder that if they don't get by him, I think the 12 is the next closest car that's not a Toyota. Oh no, you have the 88. That's a Chevy.
Yeah. And his nearest Ford is in position number 6. Got some issues in the back, looks like. 78-24 on the outside.
They have uncovered the cars in real life.
Apparently the engines are fired is what I heard on Twitter. Shout out to Bomb Pockers. 14,
Ooh, it's
20.
It's currently 14 degrees cooler at the track than it is at the start.
Wow, that could play a big factor in the real race. Too bad we don't worry about track temperature in this game because it's not advanced enough for that. Predator out front. Got a brigade of Toyotas behind him. You got to assume that Incog's probably going to want to get by him, right?
Yes, I would imagine so.
Boys,
one more update.
They lose one.
One more update in real life. They just waved the yellow.
Oh,
so now
nice.
these cars are trying that were involved in the wreck around pit road, trying to get some.
So they can get some
going.
repairs in. They had a lot of time to scout their car, make a plan for repairs. A lot of time for that. So they lost Boyce there. He went up the track, so now it's just 2 Toyotas to 1 Ford. And you assume if they make that move, they're going to probably be hung out to dry.
Yeah, so now it's going to be definitely... Well, do you think the Chevy's going to try to go with them? in the 88?
Mindkiller's that barrier in position number 4. Does he go with them?
If he goes with them, then they could really be hung out there. But if he
But
stays there, then
that'd be
maybe...
a good spot for Mindkiller though, because if they move up and he does not follow, he moves to second.
Yeah. Oh, in the wall goes Bradley. Oh, not Bradley.
Will.
I think Will.
Will. Yeah.
I didn't see what happened. Didn't look like anyone made contact with him.
I'm not sure what happened. Nope. No caution. Will. In trouble late. Will is reporting lag. Nobody else saw it though. So I assume he's just saying he got lag rigged. Probably trying to get a caution. To be totally honest with you. This is the THB, the Totally Honest booth. Because we'll see what happens though. No caution will be called here. Let's go onboard with Incog in position number 2. Hopefully we'll see him make a move here because that would be exciting.
That would definitely be exciting.
We got Tony Stewart in the 14 and Tony Stewart's old number in the 20 right behind him.
We got some M&Ms behind those two.
We got some complaints that there's a lot of checkups going on in the pack right now.
You think it's by the 22? Is he still in that gap?
No, it's the issue is checkups are just making people like have to let up, and when they let up, it moves them up the track, and people are taking those spots. I don't think that has to do with any gaps. I think Predator might not be the best lead car. I think Incog and Bradley are definitely the smartest lead cars. Gar Football is asking who will go with him if he goes. He is literally in the back. I'm not sure what he's going to go for. Mud Dude goes up the track, so he is ship ready. Nope. Football lets him back in.
Oh, here come the Toyotas.
Toyotas are making the move. Predator tries to make a block. It's not going to work. Mindkiller stays low. And the Toyotas...
Will, the 20, he does not have him cleared.
Mud Dude goes for it. Spencer Boyce is back there. It's around position 8 or so. Oh, Mud Dude! Oh.
Saved it. What a save.
Great move. Now we got the 3 Toyotas on the outside, and as Spencer goes up, the other 2 Toyotas come down. He slots right back in. Oh, Ryan!
Oh.
Ryan's in the wall! Oh, boy! Wait to save a car there. Great job holding on to it for Ryan. But he might be in trouble to lose the draft here.
Oh, we got the Fords back up front. Oh, yeah, now they're 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, 1, 2, 4.
Yeah, Incog's got there in 3rd. And Incog's got to take that next time. If Incog wants a chance to win, he's got to take that little hole that Bradley gave him. Oh, boy. Now Incog and Bradley are hooked up. Do you think Bradley will betray a manufacturer?
Dude, that would be something.
Whoa.
Oh, we got contact.
Problems. Not sure why S'mores has continued to lag the whole time, and he keeps trying to move up. S'mores has to stay at the back now. He's causing problems. He's got to go to the back. He is in the back now. Go on board with Mindkiller. How fun has this race been so far, Matt?
It has been an exciting race,
It's fun
especially
being in
getting
the
down
booth.
to it here. Yeah, getting down to it here in the nitty gritty. We had some excitement.
Do you think Predator is in the best position right now, or do you think Bradley is?
I think Bradley is.
I like
I
where
think
Bradley's
Bradley.
at too,
I
especially with
think
the
if
strength
Bradley
he's shown
pulls
so
out,
far.
yeah, and I think if Bradley pulls outside towards the end, he'll get help from Incog.
We got a good amount of time left. I bet we're probably about 20 to go around. So apparently they are close to making it on field, but they probably cannot save enough. So they will have a certain amount of laps, but doesn't look like enough. So I assume they'll have another set of pit stops.
Gotcha. NASCAR in real life, we have Kaz Gralla out in front.
Kaz Burrell is leading the Daytona 500.
They're still under caution.
Oh.
They've been making everyone went to like pit road or something like that. Because then you have Bush, Elliott, and Harvick 4th, 5th, and 6th. So
Sir
those were
Elliott.
your first. Yeah, that was your first group of people who have exited pit road.
On board with
Who went
Spencer
down
Boyce
pit.
in the 95. Will alone in turn 1 as these guys are in turn 3.
Oh, into the wall. Go somebody. At the very back of the pack.
Caution's going to be out. Lag wreck. Caution is out, so this will be the final pit stop now, so strategy is over.
Oh boy. What does
Now,
everyone
I
do?
think-
You think they,
I think you just do what you got to do to get the closest to the front and be able to make
you
it till
think
the
you
end.
go gas and 2 tires?
Predator probably not in the shape to do that, but if I were anybody else, yeah, because they had 4 fresh tires in the last pit stop. Predator did not. He's on old left tires, so he's gonna have to take 4, I'd bet. Who wins the race off of pit road, Matt?
I think it'll be Bradley. Bradley's second. He has the best pit stall, and he should be able to go 2 tires and fuel. So I don't see how anybody could really beat him.
Does Predator go 2 tires and fuel and risk going 2 whole cycles on his lefts?
Yeah, that would be a daring thing, but I almost think he has to in order to stay up towards the front, because everyone else is just going to go 2 tires.
But
So I
if
feel
he
like
has,
he's put himself in a tough spot here.
tires don't make that big of a difference here, but they could make a very, very slight difference. He might be the only one with 4 in the field after this.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I'm assuming he's going to have to take 4 tires here, but I can't confirm that. I could be very wrong about that. We're going to look at KLW here, going down pit road, because he has the final pit stall. So we can get a full view of the race off of pit road.
And then I got the front view. I've got Bradley up here. So we have Bradley chilling with Predator. And with Incog, Incog is in 3rd. He hits pit road. He hits his pit stall. And Predator has hit his.
Everybody is
Let's
slamming
see.
into each other.
Let's see what happens here.
Alright. Who wins the race off pit road? Incog's. Oh, Predator.
Bradley.
Ooh!
Ooh. Predator got him. Predator did only go 2 tires. Oh, Spencer turns himself. Predator
yeah, that was-
definitely had to go 2 tires again. Jeez.
Yeah, his lefts are going to be in
Wow.
trouble.
Yeah. Could we have a flat tire decide this?
Alright, let me get the laps again. See how many we got left. How many laps to go here, boys? So what lap are you guys going to be on? 82? 81? Okay, thank you. They are heading to lap 83 here. So
So
we'll
I've
have...
definitely got enough on fuel.
Yeah.
Because I know you get at least 20. So it's just a matter of if I think the tires are the big issue right here
For
for the
Predator.
14.
Yeah, that's the only
'Cause
guy we're
he's
worried about
gone.
tires.
Yeah.
Bradley is asking, or I mean, Predator wants to buy Bradley body armor so he can stay behind him for the rest of the race. But he's gonna have to lead. He's gonna have to lead 18 more laps. That's gonna be a challenge.
Yeah, I think you'll honestly get past right here, to be honest.
You got two Toyotas there, third and fourth. Ford's 1, 2, 5, 6. And you got a band of Chevys. Here
The
we go,
two-car football's made himself back up.
The crowd roars, the flag waves, we're back underway. Here we are on lap 83 here, 18 to go. 14 is going to be followed by
Oh, Bradley hit
12.
the apron. Ooh, but he was able to
Predator
save
is...
it.
Bradley's not happy with Predator, I don't think. He's definitely harder to follow. That's the issue with some of these guys. They might make looser handling cars so they won't be as good. They might be a little bit faster, but their handling will be worse, and they'll be a little more swervy than somebody like Bradley, who's been steady all race.
Yeah.
The Chevys tried to make a move there, as you see on the back of our camera. Does not work. 978.48 looked like. Morris has lost the draft. 14 out front.
Still have Bradley and Incog. They did talk. Bradley did say how he likes to work with Incog. Oh yeah, there's a gap.
Happened.
For sure.
There's a gap forming. Are they still in the draft though? I think Badfast still has it. So I think we'll still have a bunched pack. Yeah, he's definitely still got it. But the 9's in trouble. Let's go on board with Ryan. Let's get on Ryan here. Ryan's out. Ryan is out of the draft. The 9 and the 48 have lost the draft. Let's go. So on board with Badfast. Apparently he's lagging a little bit. Actually, the 9 might not be totally out yet. Let's go back to him. Well, actually, yeah. I thought for a second he might be able to get the 21's draft. He was trying to push his way back into the pack with the 18's draft. Looks like the 9 is just a little too far away from it to get that draft, so 9 and 48 are definitely out of it now. Unless we have another caution. Check out Gar Football's on board. What do you make of Gar Football's performance so far? I think he's been pretty solid, just been hanging around. Not been doing much, but he's there.
Yeah, he's one of the guys who, like I said, we haven't talked a lot about today. Those are typically your ones that are most dangerous.
I'm not sure how the level of his danger is very high, but anyway, check out Incog's on board here. We talked about him and Bradley a lot. Probably our two focus drivers, and Predator, who we interviewed before the race. He's out front. So, if you're... Who goes with the 20 and the 95 here if they make a move? Who follows them? I don't think the 22 and the 2 are gonna.
No, they're
That's what they want. They want those two
Bradley
to make a move so they can slide in on the inside.
Yeah. We gotta be coming down to like 10 to go here.
I think we're on lap 88, so probably around 13 to go here. Oh, Incog gets below Bradley. Bradley's gonna get shuffled out. That is big.
Oh boy.
Mud Dude is gonna let Bradley back in. Now we got the 3 Penske guys lined up. Incog makes his move up, and nobody follows him. Oh! Car around. Car around. I assume that'll be a lag caution. I guess no lag caution is going to be called here.
Nope, they're not slowing down up front.
No, no caution. Ooh, boys. Bradley said good lord at the 95.
Spencer Boyce is a loosey-goose right now.
And Spencer Boyce is a loosey-goose, but he's in second place right now. What a great performance from him thus far. If it comes down to these two guys, Predator and Spencer Boyce, who do you got?
I'm going to say Predator, but Spencer's obviously willing to do anything.
It is a very fair statement. Will, middle of the pack basically here. Got Incog, Mud Dude behind him, Mind Killer. KLW also might have said one of the dumbest things. He said a lot of people are racing on this game right now at Daytona while the real life race is going on, so I really doubt that.
What did he say?
He said that a lot of people are probably on this game racing Daytona right now as the real life race is going on. This is 10 laps to go. So I believe we're on lap 91. I'm just going to make sure of that. Does that mean we're on lap 91, Predator?
Oh, we have contact. We have contact in second and third. Predator will be by himself for a little bit here, but these guys...
Are we on 91, guys? Okay, thank you. Well, that was a huge lag spike there from Spencer Boyce.
Yeah.
And Predator has a big breakaway right now.
Got some contact in the back here. Oh boy. The back of the
camera on
field is
that
all
right now.
bumping.
This boy's gonna make a move on him. Let's try to get the camera on Spencer. No, he slots in. 9 to
Bradley!
go.
Bradley outside!
Bradley on the outside, he's got the 2. He's got the 2. They want to get by the 95 as fast as possible. He's lagging, and the field is working against the 14 and the 95. Incog goes down with him. Football up to the wall.
Oh, the contact!
2 cars in the wall. Nobody's around, though. We won't have a caution. There is a split in the pack, though.
Is that the 78?
And how does Bradley end up with the lead? How does he do it? How does he do that? Bradley out front. Heading away at 93, 8 to go. How does he do this?
The run that he needed.
He is a magician.
That puts him now. Here's his buddy in.
Will's lagging. Will's lagging. Big lag spike.
Oh, another one.
I'm surprised they haven't called a lag caution for that. That was big.
I think because everyone's still in the draft. I think they can catch Will still. I think. I'm not too sure if they can even earn in the draft.
That should be a lag caution. If I were in that race, I would have definitely called that a lag caution. But Bradley leads. Lap 94 at 7 to go. And my pen is dying here marking the laps down.
There it is. We have 3/4 of Team Penske in the top 4.
And that's probably the 4 people that this race is going to come down to. So Incog is not in good shape. Well, we got 2 groups of 4. Is that a group of 5 actually?
Yeah, it's a group of 5, I want to say.
If they stay in line, they're in good shape.
But someone just got bumped down. But they're able to save it.
6 to go.
Could they close in enough? They are making progress right now.
Do they have enough time? If they can get that draft from the 21, though, they'll have a shot and they'll have huge momentum to go around the outside. Do they have enough time?
Oh, someone's just spun out. Someone way far down. I think it's just a tag of 4 now. Yeah, someone's out of the groove. Yep. Now it's just a pack of 4. But I think they may have the 21. They've definitely got the 21.
5 to
They're
go.
coming.
There's no more caution left in this race.
boy.
So it's lap 96.
Oh boy, and they
Will
got
said
him.
he's with football, and the pack is back together. 8 guys, and they go outside. We have Gar Football leading the charge on the outside. Do they have enough momentum? Will Bradley go up to defend? He does. Bradley blocks on the outside. Predator dips down in the back. Now will the inside have the advantage? They are side by side down the backstretch.
You have 3 Fords on the back and the inside, and Bradley by himself on the outside. He's not going to be able to hold off NCOG.
Oh, in the wall, Mind Killer. And Bradley maybe shouldn't have made that block. Football slides in front of him. Bradley falls back. 4 to go. Now the Fords are working together. We got 4 Fords on the outside, and then one of each manufacturer on the inside. Bradley, or who is that? Is Will leading that group? Will's in the best position right now. He's got the best group. 4 versus 3. But Willencock used the inside to his advantage. Bradley's going to dip low. Oh! Contact Predator. We got a crash. Everybody holds on to it. 3 to go.
Oh my gosh.
To be totally honest with you, I don't think Bradley would go with Predator here. Will he?
I don't know.
I think he stays behind Incog. Oh! Will bumped out! There are 4 Penske cars versus a Stuart Haas car and a Joe Gibbs car. Now, Incog's leading. He's in control. But I don't know if that's the best position to be in right now. The odds are stacked against him.
He's got 5 Fords behind him. 2 to go.
2 laps remain.
Oh my gosh.
Will Incog be able to block?
When will they make the move?
Predator's the one they gotta wait to make the move with. And they're going.
Oh, yeah, here they go.
They're going.
Will Predator be able to clear NCOG?
Predator.
Oh my gosh.
We're coming to the final lap here at Daytona.
Predator was able to clear. He's got the lead.
Predator leading on the last lap. 1 more lap to go at Daytona. Bradley has Incog with him. Incog has been known to be a good pusher for Bradley. You know Bradley's definitely going to go for it here. Incog goes high. Bradley follows. We got a crash. Oh! Predator forced Bradley down off the track. And Predator coming out of turn 4. His first race back in the CFNL. He blocks high. Incog's going to come low. It's not going to be enough. Predator wins at Daytona.
What a finish.
A race.
Oh man.
And he is locked in to the playoffs. He has locked himself into the playoffs. Big performance from him so far. Wow. That was awesome, wasn't it?
That was an awesome finish for sure.
That was great. Predator wins in his first race back in the CFNL. What a race. That was one of the best races I've ever seen. Wow. Alright, well, let's try to get Predator in here for an interview. You assume he'll be very emotional. Fastest lap of that race belongs to Big Will, I believe. Yep. 43.8. That's a flying lap. Wow. What an awesome race, Matt. How about that for being your first one in the booth?
Oh, that was something.
It was electric.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Predator.
Woo, baby!
I'm glad I interviewed you before the race. How do you feel, man? You just won the Daytona 500.
Okay, well, I mixed emotions. I feel good. I feel bad for Bradley because on my screen I was clear. I know we'll talk about that later, but I was clear. I wanted him and me to finish 1-2, but whoo!
You did lead for the majority of that last 20-lap stretch, though. How did you feel? How did you come back after the pack got split? Incog was leading. What did you do to come back and take the lead and eventually win the race?
Well, Bradley told me Friday that if I'm going to be a Cup driver, I got to be aggressive on play tracks. And obviously, we had a late caution. I think I was in like 7th or 8th. I took 2 tires and got the lead, and I just committed to that. Yeah, and it got shuffled out, and when the outside lane got working, I made the move. I was like, Bradley, you make the decision. He was like, you're the lead car, you make the decision. So I made the decision, and I won the race.
We saw that. One of the things that I was really intrigued by was how the last 2 pit stops, it looked like you only took 2 tires on both. How low were you on your sides?
Well, going back to the race for Legends Racing League earlier, for the past 3 pit stops of that race, I took only 2, and then my tires were perfectly fine. So I knew if I had a 30-lap stretch, I could just continue to take 2 and stay up front and make the aggressive moves that I needed to make, and my tires would not be shot.
Wow. That was exciting for sure. That was a great last few laps.
It was awesome. What was your thoughts when that pack got split? Personally, if I was in that race, that would have been a lag caution, just my opinion. But how do you feel about what did you think was going to happen when you lost the draft, basically?
You're talking about the restart with S'mores?
No, I'm talking about with like 5 or 6 or with 6 or 5 to go. Whenever the pack got kind of split, and it was like 4 versus 5, and then what's the name went out, so then it was 4 versus 5.
Yeah, where I was sitting like 8th. I was really hoping to not have a caution at that point, because I felt like the boys that I was running with, we could have easily just got up there, and which we did. And once I saw one Ford go and another Ford go and another Ford go to the outside, and I just stood behind Incog, I felt like I had a better chance to make the move and have the Fords help me, not knowing that I stayed to the inside. So, and everything really worked out.
Yeah, that was awesome to see you win, man. Proud of you for winning. I know you've always wanted to win the Cup Series, and I know how bad you might want that one at Daytona. So I'm proud of you, man. Nice to see you.
You know what, Mike? Fuck, man. I know me and you talked last night. I told you how proud I was for you winning. So the 2 most controversial people in the league come back and they win Daytona.
Controversy's king, baby. Bringing the ratings.
Yes, sir.
See, this is the most. This is the most views this YouTube channel's had in 8 months.
Wow.
It's the last broadcast in 8 months, so.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank, Texas for allowing me to come back, and then Bradley and Tegan giving me the opportunity, because if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have a team. So, but it feels good. I don't know what the next track is. To quote my favorite NASCAR driver, I'm gonna drink a lot of beer tonight.
I bet you are. Congratulations, man. Thank you for joining us, and that was awesome. So happy for you.
Hey, that wasn't a 10-minute bit, by the way.
No, it wasn't. That was quick.
I worked on that.
Go drink your
All right, I love you guys. Bye.
All right. See ya. Congratulations.
All right, now let's try to get Incog in here. Let's see if we can get him in this party chat. That's fine. He's coming here. I do have to mention something in the real life race that just happened to him, and I want to interview him as well. He had a strong performance. Let me find Jones. Okay.
He did in the real life race. William Byron just got black flagged.
His bumper fell off, I think, or something.
Oh, and there's a crash. Quinn Houff.
I know. That's why I called him in. I got the notification. Hello, Incog.
Hello.
So, bad news. Real life race, something just happened. And we were going to interview you anyway, but something just happened in the real life race. Quinn Houff just wrecked.
Are you kidding me?
No.
He just
cry in the
raced.
corner.
He just wrecked with Chase Briscoe.
Oh no! Guess that fast food didn't help him.
Yeah, Panda Express did not help Chase Briscoe. So, Incog, I noticed you were kind of doing my strategy from last night, hanging around 5th for most of the race, biding your time, not really making very many moves. Is that were you just trying to hang on the inside for most of the race and just wait till your moment?
Well, at the beginning of the race, I tried to be the one to make moves, and obviously everyone wanted to stack up in that low lane, so, I mean, obviously if no one's going with me, I had to stay in that low lane, and pretty much my strategy was the more I stay in that low lane, the more people are going to screw up, which ended up happening throughout the race.
So you were leading there with, what was it, like 5 to go you were leading with?
3 to go.
3 to go. What was going through your mind then, and what happened? How did Predator get back up there?
Pretty much Predator got back up there because I saw the Fords go in a formation, and pretty much I tried to put up a block, but with everybody going up and with the draft, I didn't have time, and they ended up passing me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did notice that at the end of it, it was basically a 5-on-1 against you.
Yeah.
We were talking about it. We were like, normally you want to be in the lead at the plate tracks, but in your situation, the odds were stacked against you.
Most definitely they were.
Yeah. Do you wish... How did you work with your Toyota teammates throughout the race? You were with Spencer Boyce a lot. How did you work with him in Badfast?
Me and Badfast pretty much had the same strategy. We both tried to go in and out to try to get some passes, but once we found out it wasn't working, we just stayed in line. I don't know if you could hear, but Spencer was a little angry because he wanted to get up there faster than everybody else, but
yeah,
patience was obviously the key.
And what do you make of the whole wave around situation?
Oh, man. Let's just say that whole situation, it got me confused for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, I was lost.
I know the rule, it's just, he was so confusing, it confused me.
I was trying to commentate, and I had one ear in Discord, and I couldn't say anything because I was so mesmerized by what was going on in that wave around conversation.
Yeah, that was a conversation.
So, where are you guys even at next week? Predator didn't know.
Good question.
Iowa?
I honestly don't know either.
Iowa was last year.
If it's the same as last year, it is Iowa. I can actually look it up real quick right now.
Okay.
It is Atlanta.
Atlanta. Okay. So, what do you make of your chances there?
Well, the first race last year, it was ran horribly. People just pretty much were trying to push people on the apron. The second race was a little bit better. Just pretty much the second race, I was just trying to get a feel because I struggled so much in the first race. But I feel confident I can be around the middle of the pack, and with the right moment, I can take the lead.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us. Good effort out there tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for having me, Michael Pittman.
No problem. All right. Well, I think that's a perfect way to conclude our coverage for tonight. It was a lot of fun. Matt, had first day in the booth. How do you feel?
Oh man, if every race is exciting as that one, it's going to be a heck of a season.
Yeah. I assume Matt and I will be back at the booth at some point. I don't know how often we'll be here, but I definitely had a lot of fun tonight. I'll definitely want to do this as much as I can to get this Cup Series broadcasted. I did. I was in charge of it last year. I did leave at some point, and it really didn't. The league's YouTube channel didn't function as it did, and it really kind of died out. I'm not in a role of authority or a position of power or anything, but I still am passionate about this because this is kind of like my baby. I did help create this, and I was here on day one, and seeing the YouTube channel broadcast is one thing I've always been passionate about. I think that's a very good way to get the league out there. So if you have watched and you enjoyed it, think me and Matt did a great job. I don't know. I know we had a lot of fun, and that's really all that matters for us, at least. I hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, tell a friend, send them the link, get them to join. Join my league too, TNT. Woohoo! It was a lot of fun up in the booth tonight. And man, if every race is like that, it's gonna be a heck of a season. So yeah, for Matt, I am Mike. Thank you for joining us, and we might see you next week.